Man, I ruined my college years, and I really wish that I didn't. Looking back on all 5 of my years in college, I really wish I did some things differently. And don't worry, if you're going to click off the video now thinking this is about to be boring about like, oh, I chose the wrong major or something like that, no. This has nothing to do with the actual classroom portion of college. I would never sit here and bore you with that shit, because yeah, that would be boring. I am specifically talking about the college experience, and how I really did not live it. The reason I was so compelled to make a video about this is because I feel like I have a story that is just not relatable, and I don't think anybody out there is going to relate to this. But that's kind of what makes it unique. I think people are going to find this fascinating, if nothing else. So I want to start this off by saying I was a mid-ass student in high school. I was your typical C student. I got like 1 A, maybe 2 Bs, 3 Cs, and a couple Ds. I did what I had to do to get by, but I was by no means a good student. I was very lazy at times, especially if it was a subject that I just didn't care about, like math. Bro, you couldn't pay me to care about math. I'm the type of guy where if I care, I'm the hardest worker in the room. If I don't, I am a lazy bastard. And the latter, unfortunately, applied to most of school. I just didn't really care. I'm a creative guy, so in school, the only things that I cared about were electives where I could let my creativity shine. But unfortunately, it did not get my GPA above like a 2.4, I think. Again, very mid, C student, which means I did not get into many colleges, but I did get into one, and that being Bridgewater State University. Shout out to BSU, because I'm from Massachusetts, and if there's one thing that Massachusetts is known for, it's the fact that we are very snotty when it comes to education. A lot of famous and well-known Ivy League schools like Harvard are here, and the reason for that is because Massachusetts is the cream of the crop in terms of American education. It doesn't get much better than here, so a lot is expected of you if you want to get into college around New England, which didn't fare well for a mid-student like me, but thank God BSU took a chance on me. But I'll be honest with you, I was kind of bullshit. I didn't want to go to BSU. I was not thrilled on going to college in general. When I was 18, I was so dead set on becoming a professional wrestler. I didn't want to do anything else. And I remember my mom kept telling me, she's like, yeah, that's great if you want to do that, but you know, go to college first. Get your education first. And it's not like my parents forced me to go to college, but there was very much a heavy implication that they wanted me to go. And even my grandma apparently set up a bank account the moment I was born to save up some money for me for when I eventually go to college. So there was pressure from my family to go. All my friends were going. Pretty much everyone I knew was going to college, so I'm like, fuck it, I guess I am too. But like, dude, I was so mad that I had to live on campus. I was going to get the full college experience. I didn't want it. I just didn't want it at the time. My heart was not in it. It was in wrestling at the time, so I kind of went into college with a chip on my shoulder. I did not want to be there, and I will never forget that moment when my parents dropped me off and I was just sitting there on the bed. Everything was unpacked. Everything was all set up and ready to go from when college actually started, because you get there about a week early before classes start. And I just remember sitting on that bed thinking, holy shit, it's real now. I'm here. I'm in college. And that first day is a mixture of emotions. You've got anxiety because it's the first time you're ever living away from home. You're excited. You don't really know what to feel. And I was really nervous. Like I said, I didn't even want to go to college in the first place, yet here I am away from home for the first time ever. I mean, I had my roommate Nate there with me, but it's not like we were close friends or anything. We didn't have much in common. I mean, he was a nice guy and everything, don't get me wrong. Definitely could have had a worse roommate, but it's not like we were close. He was kind of like a baseball bro, but a wholesome one. And believe it or not, I actually adjusted to college pretty quickly. I know a lot of people tend to struggle when they first go, but I was loving the independence, to my surprise. Like I said, I didn't even want to go to this place, but I actually really liked kind of being on my own. And I almost didn't want to admit it, but at first, I was liking college. You have so much free time compared to high school, it's crazy. There were some days I only had 1 class, and it was crazy. I'd just go to class for an hour and then just leave. I'd head on over to the dining hall called Tilly, and I'd just go crazy. It was like a buffet style. And side note, Team Tilly all the way. If you went to BSU, you know Tilly is the best dining hall. Bears Den's good, but it's not #1, fam. Anyways, yes, I like the fact that you could kind of just do whatever you wanted in college. You'd go do your 1 class a day, sometimes 2. If it was a bad day, 3. And it was just doing it for me at the time. When I first went to college, I was just amazed at how much more chill it was than high school. But that underlying want to be wrestling instead of going to school never went away. As much as college was a genuine surprise to me, it still never went away. And because of this, I don't know why I did this. I almost sabotaged my experience at college. Out of spite for being there, I almost purposely went out of my way to not make friends, to not get a girlfriend, or at the very least try with girls, get on a dating app and legitimately try. I just didn't really do anything. If I didn't have class, the only times I would actually leave my dorm is to go to the bathroom, take a shower, go to the dining hall, and that's about it. Even when I was just leisurely taking a walk around campus, going to, a dining hall on the other side of campus, the entire time I just walk over there with my earbuds in, listening to some wrestling podcast or review Monday Night Raw. Or maybe I'd be on Spotify listening to like SVR soundtracks or some wrestling theme songs. I would completely close myself off and never give myself the chance to meet people. The majority of my free time in college was spent in my dorm on my laptop creating YouTube videos. And as much as it was shitty of me to close myself off like that, bro, I can't even lie to you, that was low-key a goated era in terms of YouTube. Some of my most popular and highest viewed videos were made during that era, just me sitting on my laptop in the middle of Scott Hall making videos. And yes, biggest coincidence of all time that my college dorm was named Scott Hall. Braun Strowman escapes the friend zone, Grand Theft Ambrose rescuing Renee, why 2K needs to stop making WWE games. All of them were a product of the college dorm era. And to my newer viewers, you have no idea what any of this is. This was from a previous channel that I had that got nuked for copyright. I used to have like 43,000 subscribers back then. Those were the days. But like I said, I just wasn't taking advantage of college. This is all I was doing. And god damn, do I regret it, man. It kind of sickens me to think of what the timeline of my life would look like, how different it would be if I actually did try to make the most out of my experience there. Would I have a girlfriend? How many new friends would I have made? How many crazy college stories would I have had to tell for this channel? When in reality, I barely have any, because I just didn't do anything in college. I purposely sabotaged my experience because I didn't ultimately want to be there. Man, I can't stop thinking about this one girl, Katie. She was really cute, man. Oh my god. We had several classes together, and we even did a project on Bruno Mars together, believe it or not. And oh my god, it pains me to look back on this, man, because the way I would deal with that situation now would have been so different, bro. She kept sending me signs that she was into me, and I was definitely into her too. I think we were kind of into each other. We were just very awkward about it. And the worst part is, dude, is that my roommate, Nate, he actually left to join a frat for the second semester. So that meant I had that dorm room all to myself the second semester of freshman year. And my dog, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I totally thought about banging the shit out of Katie in that room, man. Come on. Had the perfect opportunity and everything, and I fucking blew it. All because I didn't have the fucking balls to ask her out. And fuck a duck, bro. I totally would. If I was in that position now, I totally would have done that differently. This is the story of my life, man. I am a late bloomer to just about everything, even realizing that I shouldn't have blown my college experience. But what can you do? I'll tell you what you can do. You can make a YouTube video about it and bitch away, letting other people know not to do the same thing. The craziest fucking college story I have to tell you is when I went to go get Spider-Man PS4 the night before it came out, and for some reason GameStop actually sold it to me, and then I literally ran back to my dorm, locked myself away, shut the blinds, and I played it all fucking night, even though I had a class at 10 a.m. the next morning. That shit was fire, I can't even lie. But it's pretty sad that that's my craziest college story, because after 2 years, I actually transferred to a college that was way closer to home, so then I just became a commuter. And the worst part is that my junior year of college, my first year at the new college, COVID hit, and then everything went online. I was already a commuter student, so I didn't spend a whole lot of time at the college as is, but now I feel even less connected because everything is online. It's not like I'm even seeing people in person, and it stayed that way for 2 whole years. I ended up having to be a super senior and go into my 5th year, and in my 5th year, I actually returned to classes in person. But everybody was still, wearing masks and shit. Like, it was still really depressing. I didn't really feel close to anybody. It wasn't, like, real. It didn't feel real. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And bing, bang, boom, at the age of 23 years old, I graduated college with my bachelor's degree in communications. And now I can say this, looking back on this, in retrospect, the first half of my college experience, I fucked myself. The second half, I got fucked. But it's too little, too late. I sit here before you as a 26-year-old man, and I can tell you right now, I wasted my college years. And I beg you, if you are watching this as an 18-year-old and you're about to go into college, I beg you to not do what I did. please, for the love of God, maximize the shit out of your college experience because you will never get this opportunity again. And that's not an exaggeration. I didn't appreciate it at the time, but college is the perfect blend between the real world and the school world. You finally, for the first time in your life, have the independence to be treated and act like an adult, but you don't have the fucking baggage of life yet. Like, you don't have to worry about paying rent or having a full-time job. Looking back on it, it really is like a 4 to 5 year party, and I had no idea that it was at the time. And I fucking blew it. So I'm telling you, talk to that girl, make out with her, bang the shit out of her, make those friends, join that club, do something. Because college is unlike anything else. Like I said earlier, you're never gonna get this opportunity ever again. You'll never be able to be an adult without the responsibilities of being an adult ever again. So enjoy your time there. Regardless of if your degree is gonna be worth anything or not, don't even worry about that shit right now. Just have fun. Because God fucking knows what I'd do if I had that opportunity again. Fuck. This has been your boy, Dino fucking Ambrose, and I am out.